First story. My 28F boyfriend, 30M, still uses Tinder. Posted by Miska. Asterisk sorry for any mistakes. I'm not a native speaker asterisk. We've been together for about a year and a half now. Also I think it's important to say that we're long distance, still manage to see each other quite often. I caught him using it maybe 5 months ago. He was showing me a video on his phone and the notification popped on his screen. I asked him about it. He got all defensive and told me he only uses it for fun. I told him it bothers me, and then he said he would delete the app if it's a problem. So next few months, everything was fine as I was sure he deleted it. But there were a few occasions where he'd kind of disappear for a few hours at evenings. It bothered me because he wouldn't really say where he was, or he would say he needed to cool off after work, which I do understand, but I kind of started having this gut feeling like something was maybe going on. But since I know I am a bit anxious in relationships and I couldn't really prove anything, I let it go and decided to believe him. Well, he didn't delete the app and is still regularly using it. I found out again also by accident. I confronted him and he eventually admitted he's still using it, but only every now and then. Not true, his status is recently active all the time. Again he told me it's only for fun, he only messages the girls, has never met with anyone, has never cheated on me, etc. And I'm kind of torn. I think I believe him that he doesn't physically cheat, emotionally probably, which for me is still cheating, but he disagrees. Also I thought about it a lot and came to conclusion that it's very probable that he uses it only for fun to get matches and compliments because he's insecure, and it's a boost for his ego. When I again told him that it really bothers me and I think it's cheating, he again got all defensive with his "what's wrong with you? I'm not actually cheating. Like it's my fault cause I'm just jealous. I'm really not. And I was only hurt when I found out." Then eventually he told me he understands me, but he doesn't plan on stopping using Tinder. So I'm not really sure what I'm asking for here. Maybe some advice or just to vent a bit. I did tell everything to some of my friends, but they don't really think it's a problem, and here I am sitting and wondering if it's actually no big deal. Or should I leave? Daydream 128 writes, he is definitely cheating emotionally. Happy, content and rational people with a girlfriend do not flirt with other girls on Tinder. Whether he deems it cheating or not, you've told him it upsets you. He's completely ignored your boundary, doesn't care that you don't like it, and has said he'll continue using Tinder. That's selfish and disrespectful. Just because he hasn't admitted to meeting other girls doesn't mean he hasn't. Looks like all he does is admit to what you already know, and what he can't deny any further. Before you saw Tinder on his phone twice. He wasn't open about that either. And he lied about deleting the app. With _bated_breath. Replied. He has shown you the following yet you can't see it. He has shown that he will lie to you. He has shown that he does not respect you, nor your boundaries. He has shown that he needs gratification from outside of your relationship. He has shown you that he is still looking because whatever he's still looking for he has not in your relationship. And don't fool yourself, because although it may only be emotional now, given the issues he has shown you, you cannot honestly say that this will not develop into something more in the future. You need to walk away from this. Canedia 27890 says, are you comfortable with him using Tinder? No? Then don't allow it. Tell him if he really needs Tinder, he doesn't really respect you so he can just have Tinder. Respect yourself. Nobody else will. Screw your friends, screw his opinion. If you are not comfortable, do not allow it. Second story. Boyfriend calls me dumb, stupid etc. Posted by otherwise_passage 706. Hi Reddit. I've just made an account hoping to get a little advice. My boyfriend, 21, and I, 20F, have been in a relationship for about 6 months now. Originally, it was great. I felt like the luckiest girl alive to have met him, yet alone be with him. Whenever we had problems, we'd talk them out. We'd listen to each other, try our best to understand how the other was feeling, etc. I always felt I could talk to him about anything that bothered me. I don't really feel that way now. Over the past couple of weeks, whenever we have an argument, he calls me dumb, stupid, useless, and/or the R word. I've tried to talk to him about it a couple of times now, but each time he says, "Don't be stupid then," and laughs it off. It's gotten to a point where when we argue he laughs at me, IRL, or over text sends memes of people shaking their head, laughing, etc. I don't feel comfortable opening up to him about my problems, because I feel like no matter what I say I'll be called these things again. I really do love him, but I don't like what he's calling me, and I'm not sure how to bring it up in a way where he won't call me these things. Thanks in advance for taking your time to read this, and if you give any advice. With _bated_breath. Writes. I'm sorry, but this man has absolutely no respect for you. Please don't continue to tell yourself that this isn't who he is, because he has only just taken off his mask and there is a lot more yet to come. This is extremely dangerous behavior because at some point, if you continue in this relationship, you'll eventually be conditioned to accept this behavior as normal, and at which point, it will be hard if not impossible to walk or break away. And this will have long-lasting effects. Please walk away. Right now, whilst the relationship is still new. This is the beginning of emotional and psychological abuse. BakeNax replied. Make it clear to him that it's not okay for him to talk to you like that. Your feelings are not a joke. Make it clear before you start believing the shit he is saying. If he is going to disrespect you, it's not worth your time. Senator Rob Portman says, I don't know how to communicate with you about a problem I'm having because you keep calling me stupid. When you say that, it hurts me. It makes me feel like I can't even open up to you. I've even tried to bring it up to you so we can move past it, and you still just call me stupid. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but since you refuse to even hear me out, I think we should break up. I deserve to be with someone who respects me, doesn't call me shitty names, and doesn't so freely use the R word. I used to feel like the luckiest girl in the world, but now I just feel badly about myself, and that's not how relationships should be. Anyway, best of luck. Just gonna go ahead and point out you've tried to talk to him, and he is not receptive. He is testing the waters to see what he can get away with, and worse than that, he's doing it without an ounce of respect for you. Which is not how relationships should be. I understand you love him, and I'm not a huge fan of coming on this sub and telling people to break up, but you've already talked to him. He straight up didn't care. And I believe when people are like that, they will continue to push their boundaries in other areas. Don't let him push you around. You will find someone else. Po0 Joe writes. My BF does the same thing. He just dismisses off whatever I tell him and walks off, making me feel worthless. I know how it feels to be called stupid when we try to express ourselves. It is devastating when he repeats it even after saying it was hurtful. Sing as such. He knows what he's doing and that it's hurting you. He wants you to feel stupid so he has power over you. Time to throw the trash out. Curious Cat 55555. He has turned on you. I'm sorry to say this relationship is already over. Dear listeners, if you come away from these posts with one thing, please let it be the following. Respect yourself and your boundaries. Remember your worth and remember why those boundaries are there in the first place. Do not let someone else determine your self-worth, because if you do, can you really call it self-worth? Thanks for sticking around, guys. If you liked the content, please like and subscribe.